Here are 5 independent and happy women. The parents of these special needs women had a unique vision. They desired for their daughters the opportunities to pursue a life comparable to their siblings and peers. While initially this entailed enormous risk and work, not to mention persistence and patience, the reward was a support system in which the women complement each other to meld into a happy family unit. When did you first realize or find out that your child was special?
Gosh, I don't know. I think development was.
Well, she's been special since the day she was born.
That's right. Yeah. Just slower. Walking, talking.
My daughter, well, I can probably go back to say that about the age of 18 months, we were noticing that she wasn't speaking or saying as many words as we had thought she should. But as a firstborn child, and I don't know with Sarah if she feels the same way, and Mary, but you don't have any frame of reference.
Right.
So it's your firstborn, and Grandma and Grandpa tell you that Uncle so-and-so didn't speak till he was 4, so don't worry, it's going to be okay. But, you know, you ask the pediatrician, and even the pediatricians are reluctant to indicate that there might be some sort of an issue. And you continue to pursue, and then you're sent to specialists, and we went through the situation where they at first thought Erica might be deaf. And you live through that diagnosis, trying to adjust to it, and then they move on to another. And we probably went through a series of 3 or 4 different diagnoses before we did know what was going on. And we started that whole process of seeking help at a speech and language clinic, and then moved on to developmental kindergarten in this community. And then, of course, as they grow, you have time to adjust to the severity of the impairment. At first, there's a great amount of hope. So you're hoping for the best. And then as you have time to adjust, you realize it's very hard to talk about those early days.
How did you all get together at first?
She went to Popard.
She had Mrs. Probin, did she not?
Mrs. Proven.
I thought that's when we first
That's
knew
when we
you.
first met.
What grade was
Amy.
that?
That was
That would be early elementary, that'd be
First grade.
like
second grade.
March 20th, 1987. Mrs. Probin's Popard class.
Dog, will you help me eat these? I know those muffins smell neat. Amy Joe Fiddle, I was the pig.
Then they said that the older LD class would be moved to Trombley School. So then they all went to Trombley. Then after Trombley, they wanted Sarah Jean to go to Brownell, but Brownell was not her home school. Parcells, and also with Amy, Parcells was their home school. We fought and wanted Sarah Jean and Amy to go to Parcells, because most of the children who go to Parcells then go to North.
This is in the middle school.
So you
In the
might
middle
go for a
school.
walk.
You
You had to advocate for your child, and you had, because if you didn't, then the teachers and whoever sat on this board would dictate what was going to happen. And we knew what was best, we felt, for our own daughter. And in some cases, we had to speak up on behalf of our other girls. Because we would be in these meetings together. I can remember one instance with
went to Amy's IEPC. And you were brave and you spoke up. I didn't think I said anything because I was
Thank
too
you,
nervous.
Mr. Babcock.
You're welcome, sweetheart.
What situation was that?
Wanting to get Amy, letting them allow her to go to Parcells, her home school.
I worked with learning disability students most of the time. I don't see them as different. They learn differently. And you have to find that key to how they learn. And once you get the key, the success begins to happen.
We brought them here because we thought that if you're with higher level kids, you go up to that level. In some ways you do. It's modeling and all that stuff. But what happens is they aren't functioning at the same level as those kids. And then it's almost like they're ostracized by the other kids. They're left, they're not picked on, but they're not existing. So then Sarah and Amy had themselves, and that was good, and they had all the teacher friends, which was good. But back at Brownell was where all their peers were, and they were interacting and having fun and learning and being more comfortable. So in hindsight, I thought it was misplaced, but Sarah still thinks they did the right thing. So, and Amy thinks she's okay, it was right, okay. So whatever. You keep trying to figure it out. Girls, what they were doing and trying how you had them if it's successful. Just a little bit about you had Amy and Sarah Jean here. You taught them and where they were and where they went and where they're going and
I'm very proud of them. I think that they have fulfilled a lot of their goals that they had while they were here.
And what were those goals?
Living independently, being independent learners, having goals, having interests in life, forming friendships. And I see Amy becoming more and more outgoing, which is really nice to see. She seems more self-confident, more at ease with herself. Proud of her accomplishments, and that's wonderful. And what a good example for others. So it's a neat household.
Now, with Erica, we were fortunate that Brownell was her home school. That was the only time in her high school, or her school experience, that she
Was the
went to
middle
her own
school.
Yeah, her middle school.
They were into high school, but Sarah Jean had a little different situation in high school. We wanted her to be basically mainstreamed. And she would go back to the resource room a couple times a day for support, but basically she was in all regular classes in high school except for math.
And that's the same with Amy too?
No.
Amy and Erica had a more self-contained situation where they had some mainstream classes. But I guess as an educator, I understand where those regular ed teachers are coming from, because what happens is there's supposed to be a collaboration between the special ed teacher and the mainstream teacher to coordinate the curriculum and adjust it. And there's resistance on the part of regular ed teachers because they have a great deal to do, and we have such a broad spectrum of ability in our regular class anyway, and then you add students that have even more in-depth needs. So there is that resistance that's out there, and it remains out there today. And I think that it's still good, though, in terms of the way it used to be prior to 1973 and the way it is now. At least they are in the same building with other students, and there is that exposure. Many students aren't ready to understand or accept that our kids are different at that point, but I think they still have that exposure, and later in life as they grow and mature, they understand. Yeah, I went to high school with some kids that had special needs. I remember that classroom. So it's important that it's there, and it's important that it's not housed separately. But you pretty much have to, it's just like being in the hospital, you have to have an advocate. Well, if you're trying to help a special needs student through K through 12, you have to be their advocate constantly.
None of it. Because I was teased.
You were.
I was teased. Elementary, middle school, high school. I was teased because I wasn't normal. We had our own group.
Who's we? Your own group of your special
Classmates.
needs? We're all special needs people?
All of them. We
lunch. We all sat together.
How do you feel about all your experiences in schooling?
I got a lot of friends to talk to and stuff. Sometimes I've been teased, you know, like Amy did.
Is there anything you really liked about school?
No.
Well, you used to deliver the mail, you knew the school better than anybody in the whole building.
Didn't you like working for the office? Yeah. Tell us what you did when you worked for the office.
So we went to the building and did tardy slips.
Did you pick up
Messages.
Messages. That's what I did too.
Didn't you also work in the school store for a while?
Yeah.
How do you feel about your school experiences?
I loved it.
You loved it. What did you love about it?
Everything.
End of the year party. All night
All
party.
night party.
All night party, yeah.
That was fun.
Didn't we go to the prom?
All the dances. Remember how much fun the dances were?
How about
We've had some fine educators. I think that I give them all the credit for making my husband and I understand that our child needed to mirror all of the age-appropriate milestones that every other kid goes through. And so we early on started thinking ahead as to how we were going to make that happen for her. And part of this moving into the apartment and then into the house, I give them a lot of credit. I give the school system the credit for planting that seed for the educators who said to us, think ahead. This is what you need to be looking at. And they were always, you know, planning.
was this during the high school? Or
Yes, during the high school
yeah.
years.
and we're all three,
And middle
Erica
school
and
too,
Amy
somewhat,
and
but-
Sarah and Wendy. Where were you in high school?
North, same place.
Okay,
A
okay.
different
I'm
year.
sorry, I'm not trying to leave you out, Wendy, but I just know that these three girls have been together since they were 5.
Well,
So there's a kind of-
Wendy's a little bit older.
I went to Detroit school, I went to Plasky school. I don't know how many schools I was there in Detroit.
Why did you say you went to so many different schools?
Because I've been
Because-
transferred to different
For what reason?
special
You did-
ed.
For special ed. Okay. So how did
What year were you born?
1959.
So there's your answer right there.
So
Before
what
the
is the-
special education laws came into effect, 1959, she would be sent to county programs for her education.
Okay.
And then at the point that she got a little bit older and the laws were changing, then they probably gave her some opportunity here.
What was the 1973 law?
That gave our students, they then had the civil right to be in a school with other students, and they were to be housed in that similar environment and hopefully then mainstreamed and given as many opportunities as their ability allowed. So it became important for them to be looked at as individuals and then their impairment considered and the curriculum adjusted so that they could learn to be part of society. It was very important at that point to move away from residential placement, to move away from center-based programs, schools that were built especially for special ed students with no integration into regular ed. But again, in the end, all of those schools really built a network of people that know these girls.
When did you start this project?
1999.
For this house?
No. We started out on an apartment at first. We started out on a 3-bedroom apartment.
We started because we had a friend who had an apartment over by North, and she wanted us there so she wouldn't be lonely. So, and we thought we'd take a chance.
Who is she?
Pat, the mom, got us thinking about it. She's the one who says, you should get an apartment.
Well, she was 19.
19. And how did that happen?
She said she didn't want to go to Coast Point North anymore.
Uh-huh.
So we looked for a school, a vocational school. She kind of talked to people that were at the school and found that there was like a place that they lived away from home.
So she decided to go there.
Yeah.
Why'd you want to go there, Diana?
There were hot guys there too.
No, there was no guys there, Diana. It was like giving a pajama party all the time. All those girls.
How many girls were there?
Five boys.
No.
Excuse me, mother.
There was a lot of girls there. It was like a yeah. Something more like that.
And how did you like it there, Diana?
I hated rules.
Oh, you hated the rules. Oh, really? What were the rules like?
Couldn't go in other people's rooms.
You were five years at the nuns, and then
She decided to move into an apartment. But she wanted to be more independent.
Are you know, Stacy?
Less
I used to live with her.
how did you feel about that when she wanted to do that?
Oh, I wanted her to. After she had already went to this vocational school and was ready to work in the community, and even had jobs offers, they wanted to put her in a shelter workshop because that's all they did there. So then I said, oh no, she's not staying here. Well, I found the apartment. It just was right over here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found another girl to move in with her.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
I remember that.
yeah.
They came, I got invited, me and Mom got invited to have lunch with you guys one time.
Right.
What did you mean by sheltered work?
But yeah, they had a workshop downstairs that they were getting a lot of work in from like different companies, and then they had the girls out doing the work, and that's not what I wanted Diane to do with her life. I mean, so then when she
What did you want her to do with her life?
I wanted her to be out in the community and doing stuff, and I wanted her to have less rules, be closer to home. So we worked at that. We found this perfect thing, and then she got a Medicaid waiver because I was
She got a
kind of
what?
persistent. A Medicaid waiver,
Which means?
which means that she could get help from the state. They could come in and help her learn how to cook, and they could
Uh-huh,
help her
uh-huh.
set up her apartment. They could do just about anything with her.
Oh, really? How
As much as
often
she
did they
needs.
come?
They could come as often as
For
she
no,
needed.
for.
Or as long as she needed it.
How'd you like living alone, Diana?
Yeah, and then she stayed there for another year or two.
Pat's always been an advocate of independence.
Yeah.
That's one thing you gotta hand Pat.
Right.
She preaches it up and down. They can do it, they can do it, they can do it, and they can.
We kind of want her to be as independent as she can be. Reach her, full potential. So whatever she wants, I kind of try to listen to what she says.
Rather than tell her what she should be doing, you wanna.
Yeah, I don't want to think of her role as her mother anymore, or like her friend. She's old. She's an adult. She's not a child anymore, so. But she's always been pretty independent. As far as like what she wants to do, she's gonna probably do it anyhow. So, even like when she was real little, she just is not happy unless she is pretty much in charge of herself. And I think that's probably true from anybody. Everybody wants to be in charge of themselves and make their own decisions, which is possible. So I kind of like that.
And she exhibited that as a young child.
Yes. Right, she did. She was pretty difficult when she was younger. And she's come a long ways, and mostly because we haven't come to understand that she likes to be, not having somebody tell her what to do. And you kind of have to respect that. There's a thin line between being safe and letting go. And I think it's probably better to hear a little bit on letting go than being too safe. Listen, but let them fail a little bit. It's hard, but you have to do it. You have to just back up and watch. Be there and like to catch them. I think that's how you grow. That's how you really learn.
Yeah.
You can teach them and teach them and teach them, but you really learn when you do it all on your own.
How do you look on what the level or the degree of that should be of parent and letting go or the structure or whatever?
I think it's imperative that you have parental support and that you have on-hands activities that the parents participate with the girls. We, my husband and I, have always felt that the girls need to have an adult touch base with them every day because little things come up each day that they don't know quite how to handle. For many of us is keeping a connection. So one parent may feel as if there's too much parental input when the other parents may feel that that's a connection we need to keep with these girls. I call semi-independent. We often will see Erica on Monday night and then we won't see her again until Saturday. So I mean, she goes about her daily routine and she leads a very independent life without our intervention. I would say 4 full days out of 7.
But the parents have been able to work out even their differences of how to do this pretty amiably.
Yes, I think that we agree to disagree.
Apartment that Amy and Sarah and Erica lived in, and around the corner Diana lived in their apartment. So they lived here for how many years? 2 years?
I was 18 when I moved in.
So they lived here for 2 years to see if they could do it. Thought that they're moving out is real scary. Like that time when we first moved the girls in the apartment, Amy was so scared I had to stay there for 3 nights, and then once Amy saw she was sick of me, she told me to go home. She said, I can do it. I can do it.
Well, that was stressful on both sides, the girls and the parents. I remember my wife wouldn't come home hardly. I don't think I can handle this, and I just said, stay the hell away from them. Just stay away. We worried more at the beginning. Didn't we have those meetings once a week?
Yeah, well, every Sunday we'd have a meeting. Every Sunday. It was a good apartment for transition because the high school was really involved in it. It played a very important part. The parents were the second part, and then the students were trying it. And if it's an apartment and it doesn't work, you can always go. You're not out anything.
You mean the students? You mean the girls?
Yeah, the students were. It was a 3-part thing. The girls, the school, and the parents were very much all active and talking to each other all the time.
I was, there for the whole transition of when they were attending high school and lived in the apartment for those several years and then transitioned to the house. And it was just really a beautiful thing because that's what transition planning is all about, is making sure that the students are able to live independently, have work in their lives, have leisure and recreational activities, and are a complete and full person.
Now it's just the parents and the girls. But at that time they were getting their jobs, they were finishing school, they were learning to ride the bus, they were learning a lot, to live independently.
So it's from the teachers, the 3 to the 2, and then eventually
out on their own. That's the whole goal is for them to be happy and independent, fulfilled. That's the goal. And that's definitely, you need a transition from being, at home, everything taken care of and safe, and being the little girl, and then just like going to college. You send your kid to college, and that was kind of our feeling. They should be going to college. This was their going to college period.
And now?
And now they graduated and they're on their own.
Well, not quite yet.
Well, almost, yeah. I left. This was my first winter. I left for 2.5 weeks, and Amy did absolutely fine. I never left her ever my whole life, and it was just as hard on me. I think it was harder on me than it was her.
Well, this is going to be an experience, right? How are you feeling about your mom going away for a while?
Woohoo! A large party.
How long were they in the apartment?
2 years, and they kept raising the rent every year, and we had 2 apartments going, so that was kind of like $2,000 a month that was going out into rent. We were living together so well and doing so good, we thought, why not buy a house?
For me and for my husband, probably the biggest thing was moving to a different area, because where they were located before, they didn't have access to anything really. A couple restaurants if they walked up to Mac without a car, because none of them drive, so they had to depend on one of the parents or someone to take them anywhere. If they had to go to the bank, if they wanted to go to a restaurant, if they wanted to go to the park, anything they wanted to do. Now where they're located, they can walk or ride their bikes. Any service that they need, they can do it.
And what did you want in a house?
Something big. We wanted something big where they could each have their own private space, their own bedroom. And they have that, because this is a big place.
Hi.
Is this your room?
It's the nightcap for this room.
Okay, may I come in?
Yes, you may.
Great, okay, I'll just come up here then. Oh wow, I see a picture here on the wall. Can you tell me who these people are?
There's my mom,
Uh-huh.
and there's my dad.
Uh-huh.
I'm a daddy's girl. This is a poetry book I love to read.
Uh-huh. Can you read me a poem from that?
Mm-hmm.
One that you like?
I like anything. Let's see.
How about sitting in the chair here and looking for something?
I saw a shadow in the ground. Heard blue jay going by. Shadow from the cross from the ground. And I looked up when I saw the sky.
What do you like about that poem?
It helps you clear your memories. But when somebody dies, you don't think about it or something like that. This helps me a lot.
When you took lessons, how long? Piano lessons.
I think about when I was about to turn teenager is when I was 13. And I like hockey. I like to watch it on TV. Red Wings and Pistons. You name everything. That's what I do.
But when you were in school, didn't you do sports a lot too?
Uh-huh.
You got some
Kickball, tennis.
Didn't you get some award
Yeah.
for swimming?
Athlete of the Year.
Athlete of the Year. Uh-huh. Where?
1976 in Mount Pleasant.
Well, how'd you happen to go to Paris?
My mom and I and my girlfriend's parents. And we saw all famous pictures.
Mm-hmm. In the Louvre?
The Louvre, yeah. See, my mom died, no. My dad died. It's in December 18th, before Christmas. And then my mom dies after Memorial Weekend. I'm taking pretty hard.
I think so. I bet you miss them.
A lot.
So they asked you to come here and live?
Yeah.
Well, that was nice, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
Because where were you living after your mother, Pat, died?
I was living at my own house.
You were living in your own house all alone?
Yeah.
How was that?
It's okay. Activity is here.
Oh, so there's more things to do and you have friends and you won't feel so lonely. Were you lonely in your house by yourself?
Yes, I was.
What do you like about living here?
Yeah, I love the girls. I spend time with them.
Uh-huh.
You know, I know they have work. I know they got chores. I got chores.
Mm-hmm.
Independent living. There's Outpost. I went to Outpost.
What's that?
That's a place that you're trading skills.
So you're having a banana for breakfast before you go to exercise?
To Curves.
To Curves. How often do you go to Curves to exercise?
Oh, probably 5 days a week.
Wendy's cousin?
Cousin, yeah.
How did she happen to come here?
Her mom passed away, I think it's about 3 or 4 years ago. She, almost a year, with my sister Liz and myself helping out, watching her. And this came available, so we thought it was a great idea for her to move in with, the girls with their similar handicaps. And they got along very well together.
And how was she when she was living alone?
She was good. She was good, but you're by yourself. You always worry if something happened, fall or hurt herself. It's a lot better when there's, 5 or 6 girlfriends, talk to each other, keep each other occupied, But I think it's a great idea that the girls live by themselves.
Well, how do you think that is?
Well, it gives them some responsibilities. Care of the house, taking care of themselves, without their parents right at their beck and call all the time. Gives them a little independence, which everybody needs.
Well, so when she did live alone, there was no problems except for it's just...
Right, it was just a lot, you're worried about her, because of her situation.
Right.
She's just a little bit too outgoing. You're afraid she's, going to make the wrong decision. Just a little bit more supervision with her friends. They keep each other in line, keep each other out of trouble, I think.
Yeah, I think so. A lot of the involvements. You take her you bring her home for dinner once a week?
Yeah, usually on Tuesday when she bowls, I pick her up, bring her home for dinner, and then every family function, she goes with us, Mother's Day, Easter, birthdays, graduation parties, so she's like one of the family, so she tags right along with us to wherever we're going.
Well, that's wonderful. So do you see any different from her living alone or her personality here?
No, not really. She's still the same exuberant person she always has been. I think she likes it better because she does have friends.
Right. She
doesn't miss her mom as much, where when she was living by herself, that had to be on the back of her mind all the time. It was basically her mom and her dad that took care of her all these years.
And she was close to them?
Oh yeah, she was very close to her mom. But, she seems to be thriving here, and I'm happy for her.
Next to Wendy's room.
I collect babies, and my hobby is I collect postcards.
Who sends them to you?
That's a long time ago.
Did you choose the color of the walls?
My dad did it.
Your dad?
Yeah.
Does he like to do this kind of stuff? That's a big room. Did you choose the bedspread? Why'd you choose stars?
I love stars.
Skills Center. Is that when you were learning some stuff over there? What'd you learn there? You don't remember? Food. Cooking food. Do you like to cook food? So what kind of food do you like to cook?
I like to cook anything.
Well, what's your best thing?
Taco salad. And grilled cheese and eggs. So all my friends.
Oh, these are all friends?
That's what is it, Carly say?
Kathy.
That's my sister. What did Carly say?
Aunt Kathy.
My aunt.
So you like living on your own? What do you like?
I like living on my own. Taking the bus to work. I like to walk. Go on the road.
How is it different living here than living at your home?
You get more freedom.
So what do you do on Mondays? Yoga. Is this your first time to New York? Really? Is it the first time you flew? What did you do? Like what?
How do I like that?
Who are these people?
Those are my camp counselors from camp.
This past summer?
Yeah, she lives in Ireland. And she lives around here.
Well, that was fun.
And so me and her kind of hooked up and did things and stuff. She's my buddy.
What do you like about camp?
In the horseback riding and meeting new friends.
70 acres. It goes all summer.
And all winter.
All year round camp.
Yeah.
And it gives you a chance for everybody. It gives a break to the parents, and also something special for the
Special needs,
yeah, special needs. They give a normal camp. It's out in the woods in cabins, and something's going on 4 times a day.
Was this in Detroit?
Yes. We had to blow it up with a pump.
Dad.
Okay, come on, Erica, you get a hug too. Come on.
Come on, here.
You keep kidding around there.
Tomorrow, what are you doing in the morning?
I was cleaning, right?
Okay, and when you're done cleaning, call me. I don't know.
But I still have that coupon, Mom. That is good for the coupon.
Alright, call me when
Somebody
you're
did
done
not write their name
when
down.
it's cleaned up, okay? Alright.
Oh,
Talk to you in the morning.
got it.
You
What did we
guys
do
do-
together?
A few weeks ago we went to Greenfield Village and got a ride pass to ride all the rides all day.
Wow, you didn't get sick?
No.
What'd you ride?
The carousel, the
bus,
the
Model T,
car, and what else?
one other thing, the train.
The train.
Usually do you do something together on Saturday?
Yeah, we go out to lunch and we play Sorry a lot.
Yeah, we like to play games. Right now we're into Sorry. We like to take walks.
Yeah, we go down to the park. It's my favorite show. I made this blanket. I'm making sun catchers that you bake in the oven.
Oh, wonderful. Can you show me?
Here's one.
She's happy living here with the other girls and working most days of the week. Going to church on the weekend. We capture her on Saturday and bring her home for the weekend and see what she does at church. She's getting along real well.
So what do you think the advantages have been for her to live in this house or to live together with this group of girls?
Well, more independent, certainly. And they're situated nicely here in this community where they can use all the stores, facilities. And none of the girls drive, but they're able to walk to the market, library, and restaurants and so on. So they're real convenient for them. She's kind of doesn't really want to come home. Would rather stay here. She loves living here.
How is it different, her living here as opposed to her living at home with you all the time?
Big difference. For instance, now, if this were ever to change somehow, if this wasn't available, if she had to come home with us, I don't think you can go back. She's had her independence, and to try to go back and be under our constant scrutiny all the time and do this, and because I have a tendency to do that, I probably tell her too many things, give her too many directions, and it's better off for her to make her own decisions without my husband and I around all the time. That's the only way really you can become more independent.
Did most of the furniture come from your parents' house? Oh yeah, and you got your TV up on the wall. Wow, that's handy. And then you have your desk. What do you got in your book over there? What's that book over there? Can you go show me to me?
No, Dad, in my verses.
The Giant Book of Word Seeks. How long did it take you to do that book, you think?
I don't know.
These are the small bears. Okay, and then over there on your bed is the big bears, right? What time did you get up today?
Way after 9?
Before 9?
No, way after.
Way after. You slept in today.
Yeah.
Way after means how much way after? Oh, about 10 you think? 11, 12? What time do you think?
9:13.
9:30. And then what'd you do? Did you have breakfast?
9:13.
9:13 you got up. Okay, good. And then what did you do? What's your daily? So you get up, 9:13. What do you do? Go to the bathroom first?
Yeah.
Then which do you do then? Do you get your clothes on or do you go have breakfast?
Yeah, see, I take a shower.
Tell me again.
Take a shower.
Then you get dressed or you go have breakfast?
I get dressed.
You get dressed and then you have breakfast?
Yeah.
Well, today you didn't go to work. What did you do?
I clean my room. I change my sheets.
You did? Wow. Do you do that every Tuesday or
Yeah.
once a week?
Once a week.
And then where do they wash? Do you wash them here?
Yeah.
Then after you did your cleaning, what did you do? Did you have lunch here today?
Yeah.
Did you have a sandwich?
No.
What'd you have?
I have leftovers.
What did you have? Leftovers?
Yes.
What were the leftovers?
Pasta.
What kind of errands did you have? Anything? Had a good day today? Okay. And you're watching this program.
She has lost how much weight?
I don't know.
A lot.
Since when? When did you start going on a diet, Erica? Since Christmas?
No, because my cholesterol.
Because why?
Cholesterol. She has high cholesterol.
Oh, you have higher cholesterol.
And she's really been good.
Excuse me, so how long has that been, do you think?
I don't know.
Years?
Couple years? Yeah.
Yeah, you look really good.
You've lost what, 50 pounds?
Yeah.
50 pounds?
Oh yeah. Yeah. She was a roly-poly. Roly-poly, and she's very disciplined, and now she's lost it steady. Like just, did you notice she turned down a cookie?
Yeah.
Did you want a cookie?
No.
See? Well, discipline. Who had a cookie? Well, you had one, Amy had one, I.
Many of the girls like to go home and spend Saturday night with their parents. Erica does not want to come home because that's not her home anymore. She wants to be here. This is her home. We all want to be with others like ourselves, and I think that Erica has grown and is happier in this environment because she lives with others that have similar interests and activities and functioning at a similar level, which makes you comfortable then. I certainly think that the living situation has been probably one of the largest catalysts for her improvement. Even in terms of her communicating, because she does have difficulty with articulation, and she makes every attempt to make her thoughts known to us, and she talks more now than she ever did, so that's important to us. We do think she could function independently, living on her own with some support from a guardian, or if my husband and I were still alive, from her parents, but I would prefer that she did have interaction with someone or some others like herself.
If it wasn't for this home, my girl would be at my house in a bedroom watching TV every night and have very little social outlet.
This is my live-out room.
Nice. The Hawaiian.
Aloha means hi in
Uh-huh.
Hawaii.
Did you paint it too, or did your mom paint it? Or
I helped paint.
You did?
Yes,
oh,
I
good
did.
for you. Oh, good for you.
This is all my stuff.
Did you choose the colors?
Yes, I did. My mom thought I was mentally insane. I had this bed since I was little.
Oh, really?
Yes, I have.
Did you make these bears?
The one, that was my very first one I made.
And then over here's the picture. You said it's a composite of your life.
My collection that I have.
see.
All the stuff that I have all the way down. My bear collection, my stuff, my stuffed animals. This is my stuff.
It's great.
All the way
Well, what
down.
are those bears? What kind of bears are those?
Those are Beanie Babies. Painted it myself. So this is my room. Yep, I made this. This lovely piece of artwork, I made it myself.
Oh, really? At the crafts thing, or just by yourself?
By myself.
Uh-huh.
That's a hobby.
Is it more fun than living in with your parents at home?
Yeah, it's you get to do what you get to go to bed when you want. You get to do what you want basically, and to have somewhat of freedom. Persistent and aggressive parents.
That's wonderful.
Yep, if it wasn't for mom and my dad and everybody else, I would still be living at home. So I've been living on my own since 18. Now I'm 26 and a half, and maybe 27. So it's interesting.
What about her socialization? How do you feel about that? Do you think she's more social, or her social life is different?
Yeah, she's a lot more independent and more varied. She'll go out and do things with the girls and meet new people. And before, most everything, if Mary wasn't with her, she wouldn't really become involved with anything. It was always, if Mary would take her, she would go, but without her mother, she would just decline to go anywhere. So she's been to different places, even if it's one of the other mothers and the girls. She's able to go out and meet new people and do more things, and really has grown because of it.
Girls have been together, I would say, 9 years. Every year, we work on a problem that they try to solve, whether it's grocery shopping, you know, something that makes them more independent.
What are the different problems that have been solved so far?
Well, at the beginning, it was just being alone without parents there, then making sure they got on a schedule of cleaning and cooking and shopping, paying bills, being considerate of one another, a routine, getting on the bus, calling each other when someone's gone, setting up wash schedules, you know, when they do the laundry, everybody took the day, just working out day-to-day stuff.
Okay, you said Monday you have meals. Do you do something with them when they come?
They usually cook dinner for us.
I hear they're pretty good cooks.
Tuesdays is Babcock, Wednesdays is Donahue's. Usually it's Wendy or my mom does Thursday or Friday, and we go rowing, and then that's it. And then Saturday mornings we clean.
And then you go home on Saturday.
Right, Saturday night. Me and Sarah, and that's it. Diana and Wendy and Erica stay here
Oh, really? But they go home sometimes, don't they?
for dinner.
Do you usually cook the meal and bring it here?
Yes, just finish it here.
What do you usually cook?
I try to do something different every week. This week it's spaghetti and meatballs.
Is that today's day?
Try to give
Yeah.
some variety,
This is a
make
big
sure that
day?
they
Yes,
have
okay.
vegetables. And a salad tonight.
Do you
And I try to bring a dessert so it's special.
You cook sometimes. They always cook, huh?
There's a seed in there, you know.
We're doing it. Sarah, I thought you were going to put some music on for us.
I'm gonna put some music.
Yeah, Diane, put some music, some dancing music.
Turn my boombox up, Diana.
I will. Country music.
Oh, you like country music? Uh-huh. What's your favorite?
Anytime.
Uh-huh.
I like this song, Baby I Love You.
Just suck it. Such an animal.
What year?
That's your favorite one.
My ear was, remember how plugged it was? Remember you put drops in?
Yeah.
No, I did more.
How is it?
Yeah, it fits.
So what do you vacuum? The living room?
The dining room and the kitchen.
3 rooms.
Wendy does the living room.
I need help putting this on.
Sarah Jean, what's your job tonight? Your chore? Amy's garbage.
And every week they rotate.
Did you do your bathrooms yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did my job.
I did my job.
What's your job, Amy?
Trash.
And what was Wendy's?
Vacuum.
Vacuuming the living room.
Okay, so this is the weekly on the left, no, the daily, and then your weekly jobs are up here. Today, what do you have to clean?
Dining room.
What does that mean?
Dust and vacuum and mop. That's basically it.
How long does it take you about?
Depending on who's in the room.
So what are the other chores for today on Saturday cleaning?
Diana's upstairs bathroom. Wendy's lower. Annie's living room. Erica's kitchen, and Sarah's 3 stairs.
You guys awake?
Yeah, wait. What do you think I am?
Yeah?
And why are you here, Gil?
Make sure these girls clean the house.
Yes, sir!
Do you help with other things too?
Oh yeah.
What?
You know, lights out,
Make
lid traps.
Make sure the house is still standing.
Right.
And you're kind of Wendy's representative?
Yeah, Wendy's and Amy's just 2 weeks anyway.
Yeah. Heard you cook the other night.
Spaghetti.
Yeah, how was that?
There ain't none left.
Do you enjoy your time with the girls?
Oh yeah.
What do you enjoy about it?
Oh, I've been since the place started. Where you at?
Bathroom.
Well, I'll be busy.
Do you take everything off? Of all the shelves? Oh my gosh.
Myself, I like the bath. I like the kitchen the best.
Which one do you not like?
I don't like bathrooms.
How do you like this job?
I like this.
And then wash the top of the fridge?
Deep clean 3 or 4 times a year. Well, the girls have pretty well taken over everything, and that doesn't happen near as often, once a year, twice a year.
Because the girls?
Because they keep it much cleaner than probably their parents keep their homes. Look at this. They started at 10, it's 11:15, and they clean the whole house. Yeah, well, we'll clean it up real good.
Well, Sarah, how often do you clean your room?
You gotta lift the lid sometime.
Like on Wednesdays or.
On Wednesday, huh? When you have a day off? Okay, so cleaning the room is not a Saturday thing.
No.
Okay, how about you, Wendy?
Oh,
let's get some more juice
I
on
clean
there.
my room first when I get done.
Winnie, Annie, let's get some juice on there. Here.
So you
After
usually
I come home from work, I do some little bit. Every each day.
every day you do a little.
Hey,
Yeah. Oh, that's an easy way. How about you, Diana?
I can move my cheese. I vacuum it and I dust my room.
When do you do that?
I do it like on a Friday. It's funny when I'm doing it.
When do you clean your room?
Tuesday.
Tuesdays. Is that because you have a day off on Tuesdays? So that's your cleaning day. How about you, Amy?
What?
When do you clean your room?
When I feel like it.
Okay. How often is that?
I don't know, I'm told to.
Okay.
Money.
What does she have?
It's her #1 hobby. Make a veggie sandwich with cream cheese.
You put the list out and then everybody checks what kind of food they want?
Yeah.
What else comes under miscellaneous once in a while?
Cream cheese, cream fries.
So what do you have to do? Ask for that? How do you get that on the miscellaneous list?
Just put it right on a shopping list.
Oh, really? You don't have to ask everybody if we can do it?
No. They know, they've been together long enough to know that they don't buy, we don't allow junk. You can buy junk with your own money.
Want some bologna? Yeah. What kind? Beef? Yeah, beef from.
Amy and Erica shop every Saturday, do all their shopping, you do all your cooking, you probably do all your cooking, and they always fill up a couple buggies of groceries, and they're a couple of our best customers.
We went grocery shopping Saturday, Diana and I. We went with the list that was done, but it was Erica's turn too, and she felt we didn't do good enough. Did you know that? So Sunday she went over herself and did more shopping on her own, and got Wendy to help her pull the cart back there and did it. So, that's okay. I mean, it was a little heavy on the pledge or a little heavy on
So do you
things, but, okay, so they got a year's supply of pledge, so, it's here,
Right, we ended up with a couple years supply of
hose.
lint strainers downstairs. But we have it.
And the point is that Erica can go over and get the stuff that they need and bring it back and unpack it and do it. You guys wouldn't know how much, because look at it, showed here that we didn't know how much it was. Yeah, okay, now tell me why you bought. You wanted to? Okay, and alright.
Pick up your shoes, Wendy. Pick up your shoes.
That's the way it goes. Who helped you shop?
I did the go by myself.
Oh, well that was nice of you, Erica.
And Wendy helped me get all packed.
I don't know if she should have got some of the things that she got, like 3 vinegars, 5 milks. Okay, well, you did it.
Good job.
Yeah.
So an adult still goes with them?
No, on that one, Erica did it by herself.
I know, but usually.
You really don't have. There's been weekends where the girls, I'm the adult is supposed to kind of check up. They are supposed to, and I would come and they had already done it. And I believe them, I said, thank you, that saves me.
What we normally do is there's usually once a month there's a big shopping night. And we run off to Costco and fill up a van and, toilet paper,
Yeah.
all the big necessities, cleaning items.
What is the advantage of letting them go?
Well, it's like a normal child, it's age appropriate.
And they become independent, happy, they grow, they develop into areas that they just flourish. I mean, they just flourish and they form bonds with each other. They have now sisters here in the house. They solve problems. There's just growth. They're doing things that may not always be right, but they're doing it on their own. Just like that time Amy went down to the hospital, her and Wendy, at 10 o'clock at night for a bruised thumb. Did you hear that one?
No.
Went to the emergency room last night.
You did?
I
Why?
was with her.
Banged my thumb at work.
I was with her. I had to take care of her.
Yeah, what'd you do to take care of her?
Calm her down.
You did? How was she all nervous?
Yeah, she was a little bit nervous.
Uh-huh.
And she told me it hurts.
So how did you get there to the
We
emergency?
walked. We wanted to walk down. We walked a cottage. It's on the hill in the dark. No parents and all by ourselves.
Well, how'd your mother react to that?
She was shocked.
But she didn't run over to the hospital.
No, we went to cottage by ourselves.
Yeah.
They walked there last night.
You did?
By
Isn't that-
foot.
In the dark?
Yes.
Isn't that wonderful?
Well, I don't know. Well, I'm glad you went by yourself. Walking in the dark.
Well, how did Mary react when you told her they'd
My
gone
mom
out to
was
the hospital,
shocked. My
Sarah?
mom was
I don't
proud.
know.
Didn't you call her up?
She told about 4 times.
Sarah, Mary did?
Yeah.
Okay, she's a little nervous, huh?
What time did you go, Amy?
Around 9.
9.
9 at night?
9 until like 11 or something. Like that.
They went at 11?
No, we came home about 11.
Oh, you came home at 11.
And did you guys walk home again?
Yep.
Well, two is company.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad. Oh, well, there's something new every day.
The old way was when she was sick, I would call my family doctor and make an appointment, go get her, take her over there. The doctor would see her, and we'd go get the prescription, and then I'd take her home. Now I couldn't go there because I was working, and I said, well, Amy, we're all set up at the clinic. You call, go for it, and go down there and meet the doctor. And sure enough, she called and made the appointment for 10:30. That means when I'm gone then, or 3 weeks at a time, and she would get sick like that, she knows now not to go in emergency.
All the girls support each other in so many ways. When one girl can't do something, somebody pitches in and helps. Whether it's reading a menu in a restaurant, or whether it's Sarah Jean doesn't like to go out in the dark and take the trash out by herself, so somebody usually helps her, walks with her out to the trash. I know Diana's big on helping with the dishes. The girls all have their strengths and things that they're not as strong on that someone always pitches in.
I think they've all taken on a role in this grouping, and I think that we have one gal who's very verbal and very social, and we have another gal who has good reading ability and is good with numbers, and she is able to help them put together things that involve reading, or whatever they might need to do to get ready for trips that they take with the foundation, or she can read through things and tell whether or not they might like to do it. So she's the planner in some respects. And then we have the organizer and the timekeeper. That's the person who always knows the calendar and knows who needs to be where at what time. And then we have a gal who's very mature, and I think that maturity lends itself to the running of the house. And then we have one gal who is sort of the peacemaker. The one who, when someone might not be feeling well or a couple are not getting along, she will go in and comfort them and soothe them and try to make it all better. So together they make a family, and they each have a role that they play, and I think they rely on each other.
Sunday afternoon.
Middle school. I work for the cafeteria staff.
What does that mean?
I serve food, wash dishes, and mop floor.
How do you go there?
If it's not too cold, bike. If it's too cold, bus.
So your job is serving food and then doing dishes, Amy?
Yeah, the dishwasher's broken, so you're looking at the dishwasher.
Oh, you are the dishwasher today.
Yeah.
So are there other responsibilities besides dishwashing?
Dishwashing, sweeping floor, and that's it. Mopping.
What about before lunch?
I don't do anything.
Okay, so you serve.
I just serve and help out.
If you ask her to do something special, she's more than willing to do it. Or if Amy has forgotten something, or she's willing to go back and do it the right way. Amy, her personality, her life. She brings us her problems, and we try to help her solve them. We're her other mothers, aren't we, Amy? We help her with her love life. We can't help but like Amy.
How do they add to your life?
How do they ask? Now you're gonna make me cry, so I'm not gonna go there.
Where do you work?
I work at Big Boys. I'm a busboy.
And how many days a week are you a bus girl?
5 days off and 5 days on.
Have a good day at work.
For 5 years.
Oh, you're working there 5 years.
5 years.
Would you, if you had would you like to change jobs, or you like it?
No, I went to my reward. I'm working at 5 years.
How long you been working with Diana, Pierre?
I've been working with Diane for 5 years.
5 years. And what do you enjoy about her?
She's a good worker. Very fast. Keep up with everything.
What about her personality? What do you like about her as a person?
Her personality is sweet. She's always on time. And she ain't never mad at you or nothing, so you know she's got a sweet personality.
Yeah.
She a good worker?
Good worker.
And you can count on her?
Oh yeah.
So you
Count on her. I'd rather have her here sometimes than the rest of them.
Well, that's a good one, Diana. Huh? Wasn't that?
Diana introduced.
Can you say who this lady is, Diana?
Sarah.
This is Sarah, and Sarah's your boss.
One of them. One of them.
She's one of them.
I got 2 bosses.
You got 2 bosses, man.
I have 2 bosses, Terry and Sarah.
Oh, okay, so Sarah is one of them. Okay, Sarah, how do you like having Diana work for you?
I like it
In what way?
in every way. She makes us laugh, and she's just a good employee and fun to have around.
Is she dependable?
Oh yeah.
She does her job exactly? You don't have to correct her a lot?
Occasionally, but nothing. We correct everybody.
I have another job. I volunteer at the neighborhood club too.
And what do you do at the neighborhood club?
Just visit people. Just visit and go home. Do exercise once they come home.
I see. And where's
The neighborhood club is not that far.
So how do you get there?
I walk.
I work at the cheesecake shop. I am a baker, but I do all the dishes. You know, the good stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes I love to look at like that.
So how long you been working there?
It's going to be 22 years in July the 1st.
Wow. And you always wash the dishes there?
Yeah.
And how do you go to work?
I take the bus.
What have you enjoyed about working with Wendy?
She was enjoyable.
How?
She makes everybody laugh.
So you've been here 20 years too?
Yeah, she's going on 22, I'm going on 21.
What do you like about your work?
What I like about my work, I like anything. I'm not very picky.
What do you do at the nursing home?
Laundry.
You do what? What is it? What does that mean when you do the laundry? How do you do the laundry there?
Fold stuff.
You fold things. You don't wash them. You do the folding.
Fold and wash.
How long you work there?
8 years.
And how do you go?
The bus.
By the bus also. Do you like your job? What do you like about it?
Everything.
That's really cute. That's ready to work, huh? The bus coming soon?
If you're not out there in 5 more minutes, the bus leaves, you gotta find another way to get there.
Where do you work, Erica?
Farmer Jack,
Farmer Jack's. And what do you do there?
big groceries,
Oh, you bag groceries. And how long you been working there?
6 years.
6 years. How do you go?
Bus,
By bus. They come to your house to get you?
yeah,
Do you like your job?
yeah.
1372, please.
I've worked with Erica for quite a while, and Erica is a very friendly worker. She smiles often. She's worked for the company for 6 years. I worked for the company for 24 years. Go ahead, Erica. She puts things back into place. When we have perishable items out of the cooler, she knows exactly in the store where to put it back without me telling her. She's grown as a bagger over the years. She's gotten much better with her job, and I've noticed that about her. She's happy and outgoing with the customers, very helpful. What do you think will happen to you if you guys don't go to work? Why don't you want to call in and not go to work in the days you're supposed to?
Oh, I'm sorry. We won't get paid.
Oh, is that the...
Just take a day off.
No, I'm not. I can't afford to take a day off because I have to pay for rent.
You gotta pay for
Rent. I
Yeah.
have to pay for my food and my clothing. I can't miss 2 weeks of work.
Just gonna miss a day.
No, I can't do
How
that.
many sick days have you
0.
You've never had a sick day?
No.
And how many years have you worked?
7.
had? Have you ever missed a day?
Yeah.
Why? Once in a while? You don't like to miss one, do you? Would you take that day off to play hooky?
No, I haven't.
Sarah, you'll play hooky, won't you? You will?
I don't think so.
Sarah will play hooky. She's the one. She's our party child.
I'm taking off 2 weeks in July.
For vacation?
I'm going to Canada.
Tuesday night we have bowling. Wednesday night we have dance. Thursday's nothing really. Friday's rowing, and that's it.
I kind of started them into bowling. I took them out bowling just with themselves for a couple of years, and then they got into a league with some other people that similar abilities, and so they've learned to enjoy the bowling, and so I feel like I've at least gotten going that way.
Pretty good, Diana. How do you feel about that? Good job. Got a spare. Yeah.
I'm Carol, and I'm with a company called CC Plus, and we do a program called My Champs Dance here at Barnes.
And what's CC Plus?
CC Plus is a line As a company, we do all ages. We do special needs, we do seniors, we do chair dancing. We have a lot of programs that we offer all people.
I'm Brian Benz. I'm the rowing coach, and I teach rowing at this special needs rowing class. And I think everybody here is doing a great job, and we've been doing it for several years. And I consider everybody to work at their own level, no matter if it's this class or another class that I teach in the summer. We all work at our own level, and I'm happy to be here, and I'm very pleased with the progress everybody's making.
Good enough.
And we have a great time and a great workout.
And if you look around the room, you'll see we've got about a dozen rowers, which is average. Every once in a while, we do some extras like yoga. Thank you to Cheryl. Maybe shoot a few baskets, do some weights and some stretching. We sing.
Are you worn out, Amy? No?
No, my legs feel like jello.
How about you?
Sarah, can you turn me down?
Sarah, do your legs feel like jello too?
Yeah.
Friday or Saturday, we go with the foundation to some sort of activity.
And then they have a lunch, they have dinner, they see the lot. This is at the memorial.
I think you won last year.
Did you do this last year? Halloween party? This is at the memorial at the foundation.
I am a fairy.
I'm obsessed with the limousine.
Ever with fish. Ta-da!
All right, turn around. Nice.
Hi!
What are you doing tonight?
Dancing!
Going to a Halloween dance, dancing tonight.
Like that.
Dancing with all the guys.
This is the Foundation for Exceptional Children, and it's our wonderful annual Halloween dance. We have kids from all over the community, and it's awesome to look forward to it.
Program Director of the Foundation for Exceptional Children, and we're here tonight with our adult group, which we call our Friends Group, and we have twice a month. Tonight's our Halloween. Teenagers and young adults with developmental disabilities, and we provide a recreation activity twice a month. Tonight's our Halloween dance. We went on the train ride, we go to sporting events, we just try to expose them to different kinds of things in the community and give them an outlet. And then once a year we take them on a weekend trip. So gives their parents and caregivers a break and lets them have some time on their own with their peers. And they enjoy it and we enjoy it.
What are you doing, Eve?
She's looking at my scarf.
She wants us
Let's model it. Oh, nice. Will you give me a pen because we want to put down the foundation square dance.
Heel and toe, slide, slide, slide. Heel and toe, slide, slide, slide. The left hand's flat, the right hand's flat, the both hands flat. Clap your knees, left arm reel.
That's a lot. You guys are busy.
Yep, we're always constantly busy.
Do you like that?
Some days you just, no, some days yes, some days no.
We meet once a month. Usually we meet in the living room or we meet outside and have a cookout for our meetings, and there's plenty of space for everyone to sit and we can all gather together. So this Sunday is the, after the concert?
No, because we have a...
Dara's already down for the 10th.
Well, We'll take this Sunday, and Amy and Wendy can do something together, because then we're not gonna be home anyway, so they can have dinner together.
Okay, so you guys can eat together. Okay, I didn't know what to put for the last two groceries because maybe Derek was doing it. Probably good.
Oh, the secret ingredient. What is it?
Names are already done. Names.
Well, what's the calendar about?
This is just keeps us, what we're doing every day.
Is that the one you do on the meeting?
Yes.
Okay, I guess that's it for the calendar.
Okay, that's all, folks.
Balance the books.
5 o'clock, and.
Make sure all the checks are accounted for. Because they aren't always accounted for. You know, some of us have taken the check out without the carbon, so I can't even tell what it is, because, I mean, it doesn't matter that much, I just like to know what.
When was this?
What is the date?
How would you feel if she had a companion?
Well,
Oh, yeah, let's go for it.
if she met somebody,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I would deal with it. Whatever she does, you know.
I think if you're giving them the independence, wanting them to live alone and be adult, get out, they have the right to have a relationship. And I think they have the right to be sexual, and I think they have the right to I mean, you can't cut that out. You can't give them one and then hold back the other. You gotta have both, and they're gonna make mistakes at both too.
She wanted to have a companion. How do you think about that one?
A
boyfriend, a male companion.
That'd be great someday if that ever were to happen. And Sarah Jean will say sometimes she wants a boyfriend, someday she wants to get married. Say someday maybe the right person will come along. I hope so. I would be all in favor of it if it was a nice man.
Would you like to get married?
Yes, I would.
Why?
Because I like to spend time with a nice guy and, you know, go shopping and stuff, some sports. That's all I like.
About having a companion.
Yeah.
So much pain and no good reason why.
I just decided that I wanted to try living independently.
That's the bread. Not fair for our kids, our other sons and daughters that have to take over, like Warren or John or somebody, our other kids.
But those kids will be the guardians, probably.
Yes. This is Erica's sister.
Hi.
And we're doing it she's one of the reasons we do this for. So that.
Well, yeah, and Lauren comes around, pitches in, and makes life easier for her mother and I already.
What do you think about this living situation?
I think it's great that it gives her the independence to give me the independence, that I'm not feeling like it's going to be something that I have to do. Living with these girls, they're hilarious. I mean, being around these girls, they interact and they communicate well, and I don't understand why people my age can't, it's that idea of differences and not being able to accept.
Lauren was talking, I knew what she was going through. That my brother and Lauren are on the same page. Me being here is less of a burden to my brother than being at home.
How do you think having this house and Amy living there has, helped her and also your whole family unit?
Well, for her, she's definitely more independent and more free, and we feel that if anything were ever happened to us, that we feel confident that she could survive and prosper in that situation. So she's grown a lot, and we feel that she's capable of living independently without us. That's a big relief to us and how we our concerns on how she's going to live after we're gone.
You see anything in the future?
I'm hoping that, everything gets a little bit more independent, but I think it's,
Well, what do you mean by a little bit more independent? What would you like to see more of?
Oh, I don't know, the girls doing it all more and more on their own, just gradually.
Sarah Jean's future, I think three main things, that she has a lot of support from her family, from our church and from this family here, from
Mhm.
all the girls and the parents. And I think the broader base she can have of support, the better things will be for her.
We're making the steps that are necessary to ensure that they have the proper independence to carry on their own.
We're seeing that all parents don't have the same opinions, but somehow you've been able to coordinate the different opinions.
Right. I think that it would be important for families who were considering entering into a venture like this to understand that the parents become part of the extended family. And as with any family, you're not going to agree on everything. There's going to be conflict, and some things you're not going to be able to resolve. So you're going to have to accept that some parents have different opinions than others and try to find sort of a happy medium in terms of running the home, and do it so that the gals or the guys, whomever it is that you're putting the home together for, are comfortable and are happy and are safe, but accept the fact that not all parents will have it run exactly as they perhaps would have run it if they were totally in charge. I mean, you're working with a corporation, you're working with a group of individuals that each, hold a portion of this close to their hearts because it's their child, and you've got to try to work with their opinions and their thoughts about how the house should run. What we find is that, as I've stated earlier, that the girls have the support of each other, and they've created this family unit, and that the parents also have the support in that each family takes one day of the week and they provide dinner or make dinner with the girls on that day. So that means that it does free up the families, gives them some respite in terms of not being 24/7 on the job, overseeing or taking care of their child. And I think the rope has been let out a little bit more than perhaps some of us were originally comfortable with, and for others it may be reeled in a little tighter than they're comfortable with, but we have, through give and take, found something that we can all live with, and certainly an environment that we think makes all of these young women very happy and safe and comfortable, and just glad to be around others that like themselves and doing the same kinds of things that all of us do, bowling and dancing and going off camping, and those are opportunities that weren't always available for the disabled.
Parents is I tell them, especially when we're talking about the independent living skills and the future plans for these parents and their children, I always tell them of the example of what these girls are doing and how they're living independently with their parents' support, and what a wonderful example it is. And I'm always telling parents that I would love for these families to come in and share what they've done so that they could possibly use this as a model and set something up in the community for their children as well.
Somewhere down the road, there'll be answers to the questions. Somewhere down the road, though we cannot see it now. Somewhere down the road, you will find mighty arms reaching for you. They will hold the answers at the end of the road. Somewhere down the road, there'll be answers to the questions. Somewhere down the road, though we cannot see it now. Somewhere down the road, you will find mighty arms reaching for you, and they will have the answers at the end of the road. They will have the answers at the end of the road.